fundamentals of investments, that's a different story.
Small amount of money to big amount of money, we're pretty good at that.
What a ride.
Cashing out, we don't know how to do it.
Welcome back, everybody, to another great episode of The Careful Boys, where we are currently off the record, baby! That's very good.
Wow.
That was really good.
Keep that as a soundbite from now on. We should just play that regardless if people mouth it.
Let's use that.
Off the record, baby, yeah!
Continuity, man. Yeah.
Wow. Drippity cheese.
Yeah.
Alright, that being said, we're doing our final part 3 of the first quarter of 2023 is over. Yay. Let's get a live catch up on. We gotta hear from Steve and Joe, and maybe if we got room for okay content, Nick can go again. So Steve, how you been, man?
I've been good, buddy. I'm actually good. I'm excited. Well, I told you I was very excited right now because I am interviewing the community manager for Woo, my favorite crypto. Next week on me and Nikki's podcast, Shit They Don't Tell. Very excited about it.
He's coming to be on your show.
He's gonna be on my podcast. Yeah, we're doing it remotely because he's like in another country and shit. But I'm very stoked on it because I've been following the project for a long time. I've been carrying the project on my fucking back forever, so it'll be fun. It'll be really fun to
Is he like, you've been the poster boy for Woo?
Where'd you get that idea?
I don't know. It's weird.
Do they share it? Do they share the JKnews stuff all the time because of what you're wearing and what you're doing?
I don't know, but I mean, it's definitely been shared. Like they put me in their community thing, and
They
like,
call it JK Woos.
yeah, exactly.
JK Woo.
No, but yeah, it's just cool because it's. I mean, you know, like I remember I was in this room when they tweeted that I was wearing this NFT hoodie, and then it's like cool to get to talk to the guy because
Where are they based out of?
all over. But
Not China?
Taiwan's part of it, right? Which is China. Got you, Joe.
Oh.
And am I right, boys? Let's go. Can we send this to Jackson Wang's team?
We're sweating. We're sweating right
They'll
now.
like that.
Yeah, so cut this, clip it, send it to Jackson Wang's team.
They're like, we've been loving it.
Yeah, they're like, this is good shit. No, but they're all over. They kind of have like 200, I think, just about 200 employees, but they're all based all over the fucking place. Decentralized, like one would hope. Thank God they're not in the United States of America, where crypto's being cracked down upon right now, big time. SEC Operation Choke Point, like they're really coming after crypto stuff. So it feels good knowing that I'm not, you know, it's not in the United States, so I don't have to sweat it as much. So yeah.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
How did Nikki take the whole thing that you like hate Filipino food?
Yeah.
She laughed, unfortunately. I know.
She knew you were serious or what?
I'm a dull knife. You know what I mean? Like it's like
Doesn't work anymore.
I've just been cutting her so many times with like the same jab, and it's like, yeah, it doesn't work.
She seems resilient then, maybe.
She is. She really is. Yeah, she's used to it. But then, yeah, no, it's great. I'm doing good. Like, Nikki's obviously the best. I mean, like everything there is always amazing.
She's still the major breadwinner for the house?
Major breadwinner. Yep. She's making
The poker queen.
She makes the bread and she prints the money. Yep.
Poker wife.
Has she been playing any more tournaments?
She's been playing tournaments. Yeah, it's definitely like tournament season about to be because when she won last year, it was like May.
Yeah.
So like it's coming into World Series of Poker right now. So she's kind of getting ready for that. It's kind of like how an athlete trains for anything. Like they go and
They're like train, huh?
practice.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
And like it's
Just
a
like
lot.
breaking a sweat and stuff like that, just moving chips around.
Dude, it's a lot. I respect, you know, I like to make fun of everything, obviously, but knowing so much more about it, about poker especially, I'm like, man, these guys are really, they work their asses off. Like, and it's, I know people just want to be like, just gambling and shit, but dude, poker is such a fucking game out there. Like, it's crazy. It's a grind. Like, Joe knows, like, it's a fucking grind.
It used to be one of my favorite sports to watch on ESPN.
Yeah.
It's intense.
Dude, I'll sit there. I've watched a 4-hour-long poker stream with Nikki. It's just really, I think that it's one of the better sports dramatically, like visually, because the flop is so interesting and the way the turn comes, like it's really dramatic. And every time I'm hanging out with poker people now, I'm always like, you guys don't get as much respect as you deserve as far as the entertainment aspect of poker. It's very
Well, I think you got to understand the game first, and then once you understand it, then it's like chess. But then because of the way it can be played, it almost has this like Clint Eastwood-esque vibe, right? Once it flops and it's like, when you like look at what is this motherfucker gonna do, and it's like cuts to the card, because of that guy, you know, it's like literally like a fucking like a fucking like showdown, and then they're like, I call, everyone goes crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's.
I feel like
It's like chess. If you couldn't see the other player's pieces and what they got on the board,
And you bet on every move. You put a pawn, 50 G's behind that pawn.
your own money worth on it.
a good way of seeing.
And there's natural disasters on the board.
Oh, yeah.
So like there's like you could play all the right moves. You could do all that and a tornado
Like
comes.
chess and battleship at the same
Yup.
time.
You could have the person checkmated with fucking shit all around their fucking king, and then a tornado comes.
Yup, and saves them.
Well, that's how statistics works, right? It's like, well, this hand has a 90% chance of winning, but statistics are like, you could flip a quarter 500 times and it hits heads. Like, you just don't know that it's absolutely going to hit tails next time. You don't know.
Don't know.
It's wild like that. So, but people, and I've learned that statistics are like that recently. I can't say I always knew that, because like I remember when Trump won, like the morning of, New York Times is like, or it was like 5:38, Nate Silver's firm, they're like, Hillary's gonna win, 90% chance that, or 92% chance or some shit. Trump has an 8% chance of winning. He can't win, basically, right? Everyone's clowning on it. But then he won. So it's like, yeah, if you ran the simulation 90 or 100 times, Trump only wins like 8% of the time, but that can still happen. And that's so people like clown on that guy and they go, he's a fucking idiot. What a fucking idiot. He thought like Trump was gonna lose. But it's like, that's how statistics are, dude. Like it can absolutely
Yes,
happen.
the chances of it happening.
Of an infinite rounds.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Doesn't make that guy a fucking idiot because he was wrong. It's fascinating, because I used to think I
less
didn't know.
smart, like less credible.
What about turtles? Have you killed any turtles recently?
I've not, thank God, but I also haven't been fishing recently. And fishing season's coming up.
Statistics again.
I'm scared.
Statistically, yeah.
Well, especially because my neighbor starts talking about like how we're going to try getting catfish again. I'm like, dude, we never got one catfish.
In your guys' lake? There's catfish in your guys' lake?
Really?
Yeah.
That lake looks like Kool-Aid water.
What the fuck are you saying about my lake, dude? Are you serious? You're going to try to bring my property value down right now?
No, I'm just saying, like, you look at the color of the water and you're like, someone put dye in there.
It looks good. I like that shit. No, because he put like a bag of dog food and like threw it in the water the morning of.
Yeah.
And then like 10 hours later, we went to my buddy's place and like fished off of his dock. For turtles, though.
He fished for turtles?
Well, no, we were just
Try to catch catfish.
we're trying to get catfish. All we brought up is fucking turtles.
Turtles were catching?
Just families of turtles just fucking screaming up the line. Screaming.
Can you eat the catfish in there or no? You probably wouldn't want to eat any of the stuff coming out of that lake, huh?
Well, we can't.
Because it's Kool-Aid water.
Well, no, because it's you're not supposed to do that in this area.
You know what your friend should do? Your neighbor? Just stock the pond.
You know what he should do?
What?
Buy a fish, put it in an aquarium, and fucking try to catch it there. then we don't accidentally get turtles.
Yeah, right.
That I think is a good.
Unless he accidentally buys turtles.
Because he could stock the pond, wait, and then there's like gonna be a ton of fish that he could catch.
Well, they restock the pond constantly. Apparently with turtles, exactly.
Yeah, fucking turtles.
Non-stop, dude.
Dude, that must have been horrifying.
It was my first pet as a child. It was a turtle. I had a turtle named Tommy the Turtle,
Damn, that's pretty hard.
which is also most of my internet passwords, so I need to change that.
Tommy the turtle, Tommy the turtle, Tommy the turtle, Tommy the turtle.
I'm in.
When you're in Vegas, what do you occupy most of your time with?
Okay, so me and Nikki's podcast is like my biggest, like, we could prep for it or whatever, and then we do it. And then, during the week, it's mostly just crypto shit. Like as much as
Research?
I do, yeah, research about crypto stuff. I do Crypto Corner every Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Tuesday.
So you do crypto like a stock trader. Like you're like researching, looking at charts. Like,
I'm a value investor. I don't trade.
I mean, not like a stock, but like a stock investor. Like you're in it.
Yeah. I'm in it. I'm in the game. I mean, I look at it as like, I'm already beating me and Nikki's 401k. That's for damn sure.
So I used to watch my uncle just fucking stare at fucking like tickers and shit. And he would just sit, watch like 4 screens for like 4 hours looking at just fucking red and green things. I'm like, this is the most boring. I never want to do that.
Yeah.
That's some day trade shit.
How rich is he now?
Yeah.
I don't think he's that rich. I think he sucked at it.
Oh shit.
Day traders scare me, dude, because like there are some people, God love you, you're killing it out there, good for you. But I think my method works better as far as like time spent and like, you know, value investing, making sure that you have a lot of something so that when it takes off, you're part of the top of the rocket so that you're getting the most value out of your investment. And like, even if you didn't buy the perfect low, who the fuck does, right? You're capitalizing on the low because you know why you bought it. That's the whole thing. That's the trick to the game. That's what Warren Buffett does. Like, that's what all these other guys do. And I think it works really well. That's why I've done it so many times now, turn a small amount of money into a very big amount of money. And yeah, Luna got killed and stuff like that, but I still cashed out a lot. So like, thank God. But thank you, Vladimir Putin. Thank you, Ukraine war. I freaked out. I had to pull money out. I was like, I don't know what's gonna happen. And that was what ended up saving me, like big time. Kept me alive for the run, right? So now it's like, I'm trying to make sure that I'm in the right move at all times, right? So it's like, you look around, you make sure that you're analyzing what the competitor's doing. But man, I have to say, like, use case wise, like Woo has been up there the whole time, solving a real problem that crypto has, which is fragmented liquidity. And Woo is you can consistently check, it is one of the top liquidity providers for every pair that it has, and it always flips the switch and has a huge amount of liquidity because of who's backing them, which is this group called Kronos. They're huge traders. They do like $5 to $10 billion of trades a day, and they incubated Woo. So it's a really exciting time right now in crypto. So yeah,
especially now that the other banks aren't providing it, so now the pool is shrinking on who's going to be able to provide that liquid.
And a market need is emerging, right? And that's the game, baby. Like you got it, but you have to be paying attention, and that's the thing about it. Like, you know, I do spend a lot of time on crypto because I want to make sure that I am attuned to what the market needs. That's why every run so far I've done really well, because I knew what people were wanting. Not because I'm so fucking smart or anything like that. I'm actually just paying attention to what the community needs, and I try to invest in that area. Like, it's not much more complicated than that, but it, you know, yeah, it's work. But it's fun. I fucking love this shit. It's my hobby. I love it. So, yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, buddy.
And because of Steve, he does the homework, and we dump the money in Steve's picks, and we win. We all win together.
It's been fun. It's been fun.
Now, cashing out and fundamentals of investments, that's a different story. That's a different story.
We ride until we die.
Small amount of money to big amount of money, we're pretty good at that.
What a ride.
Cashing out, we don't know how to do it.
We haven't gotten there
We
yet.
literally don't know how to do it.
Investing fundamentals? What?
How are you, buddy?
Pretty amazing now. Not that I wasn't, but I've been it's been a roller coaster at, you know, Hawaii. Like, I've definitely bit off more than I can chew. I think it was one of those things where it was a great time but also a scary time, because like once Luna got taken out, I think I only had like 150K to my name. I didn't have shit left. I mean, that's
a lot.
It is a lot, but this is what I'm getting is I still owed about 200K into building this project. So I had to figure out, you know, what I was gonna do. Took a loan out, whatever. So I got wiped out, as in like whatever I had there. It was all into Junbi, Hawaii. So that was my like, I gotta fucking make this work. If it does not work, like, I mean, I got JK, but dude, like, I don't know. I have no idea. So that was really scary. It was the first time I got to that point. Or maybe second, because after OMG, I had a similar experience. But I got myself out of it. And then I think like now the store's pretty much running. Like, we got it going. All of my projections on the business was like pretty close to accurate, meaning like before you start the business, right, you want to run your comparison and think like, how much are these stores making? What is the likelihood of me making this much? It's just doing your homework. And one of the things is like, it's one thing to like think about it and go, would this work? And then you might feel that you're right, but unless you test it. But then in business, the way you test it is you gotta put money where your mouth is, right? And then, I don't know, I was still like, I feel confident, but I'm not sure. But I was able to hit all those points. And at the lowest, we still broke even. So we had our worst month in February. November, December was great. Profited the first month. February broke even. March profited. So I'm like, if February's the worst traffic of tourist season, it can only go up from here. And so now I'm like, oh shit, this is cool. And I got to experience like opening up a new business was like, I've already done YouTube, I've done internet stuff, digital content, all that. But having like a store and running a team, building that, all that was like, it's just something completely different. It's kind of the same, but I mean, I'm sure you know, you have a gym, right? Like, it's like the physical world versus like running an internet company.
It's a nightmare.
It is.
It's to deal with real people, like a lot.
I mean, my team, they're fucking amazing. But yeah, there's just a lot, man. There's just a lot of things that I didn't think about.
Well, you're telling me about training the employees was wild for you for a little while.
Yeah, and I mean, I think also because I'm learning while I'm training. Like when you're opening up a store, you're learning what, you know, they're teaching you, and then you're trying to develop a system while you're teaching them. And then usually when people, you know, train and get into a job, like other people are experienced. So then you have a bunch of people that don't know what they're doing together, and then you just gotta make sure that no one's like freaking out.
Because you literally made up the rules yesterday.
Yeah.
Run it today.
And no one knows what they're
and
doing.
see it if it works tomorrow.
Yeah.
At least also corporate's not fucking with you, because you guys have a good relationship with Jumbi corporate, right?
Yeah.
But some people who are doing franchises out there, it's like, whoa.
That's a whole nother battle, yeah.
That's what I feel like super fortunate is like it is literally like we're friends and family. Like it's family members that bought franchisees and like friends that got together. So yeah, I feel like they had my back. So it was just like, it was just a crazy world. And then now I'm just snapping out of it. Like, oh, I can relax now.
I've noticed that.
Yeah, because I would get phone calls in the middle of JK and I'm all like, oh my God, the store's gonna burn down.
There was a stretch where I had never seen you more tired ever. Like ever. You know what I mean? Like you guys know.
Was there like a phase where like you feel like the tension or anxiety was like at an all-time high, and finally you're like, oh, I can take a breath right now?
Yeah, it was when I wasn't in Hawaii and when I was in Vegas, and there was a stretch of like 3 months where I couldn't do anything. The store wasn't getting built. We were just fucking draining money, and then like I felt like no control. Like all the power was in the hands of the city, waiting for the city to give me approval. And then I'm just calling, I'm just asking like, when is it gonna happen? And then you got like our own landlord pressuring. So like it was like being in this weird state of like you have no power, but everyone's looking at you to make a decision. But it's like not in my hands.
Yeah.
And all you can see is your bank account just draining and draining and draining, and you're just like, when is it gonna end? Yeah. That was the most scariest. But actually the easy part was like working 15 hours a day. Cause there's something about being able to do something, like working toward it and seeing things like incrementally get solved. So like, let's say like you start seeing equipment and things getting built in your store. Even if things break, like it's getting fixed, right? So it's kind of like that feeling of like
progress.
Yeah, like you're fixing something, or like, and it becomes kind of therapeutic where like there's problems, and then most people will say problems equal stress. And then I started feeling like, ooh, let me solve it. Cause I love the feeling of like, I fixed this. Now I feel better. I fixed this, now I feel better. So I think like what I've learned from this whole process is that when you're not doing anything, it's the most scariest and depressing. But when you can actually like work on something every day, it's healing, like mentally and emotionally. And then people think working is stressful, but I think not working is actually stressful. Because then when we were working, like you can see the movement, and then it's like being able to go out and do something about it versus like just waiting and waiting and waiting and like worrying. Yeah, that was killing me the most. But the cool thing is like I always dreamed about balancing my life out there, and now it's like I'm waking up and I'm like, yo, let's just go swim for a workout. and we're just jumping in the water, taking a quick little outdoor shower, and then like our shop is like right there, a few steps away from the beach. So you just walk around, you check in on it. Oh, you got to do a few things here, and then it's like these cool little breaks, like because of how small Hawaii is, right? It's like you could get up in the morning, be in a crazy, beautiful hike, jump in a waterfall, and then go to work. And then that balance is like, this is what I did this for.
Yeah, that's dope.
That's pretty cool.
Now you're finally getting to reap all the rewards of being a Hawaiian.
Yeah, because the first 3 months even, we were just Waikiki. That's it. The shop and the office. And then the only time I drove out was to go to Costco or like to do deals or something. And then so I felt like I was in LA still. But then now it's like, it's changing, yeah. I could skate to work, I could ride my moped and do this, and then like, it, you know, like I don't know. And pretty soon I'm gonna be going spear fishing, and then I connected with some of the influencers out there, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna go deep sea fishing and doing this and that. So now it's like everything's coming together where it's like you work hard and now you get to play hard, and then this is the lifestyle that I wanted, and I'm gonna be able to achieve that very soon. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Jealous.
Thanks.
Yep. Love it.
You guys.
Let's go.
That's how he makes content.
Come down. Unlike Nick, where he comes down for 5 days straight and sees me for 1 hour. But like you guys,
I saw you at the wedding, dude.
You're just a bad person, I think.
I think I'm a piece of shit.
I think Nick, if he could, he would just drive by JK and wave, and then.
Can you guys send me my check, please?